Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. This is HubTunes. I am Mike. Happy New Year. I hope everyone survived 2024. I hope 2025 is a whole lot better than 2024. I have my doubts, but that's another video. I'm going to do this vinyl tag, 2025 vinyl tag. Man, I almost didn't do this. First of all, I'm putting it up in 2025. I mean, that's kind of what we've always done. But that's not a rule. That's not the law. That's not something somebody made up as a... You can do it whenever the hell you want. I almost didn't do this video because of all the drama surrounding it and the mostly manufactured drama. It's a damn video, people. Just make the video, do it how you want to do it, answer the questions you want to answer, post it whenever you want to post it. Yeah, y'all take yourselves way too seriously. The vinyl community is this much of YouTube. We are minuscule in the YouTube universe. And it kind of cracks me up how serious people take this shit. I don't. I just do this to have fun and make some videos and talk about music. I really don't care about all the drama, and I try to avoid all that shit. I guess I just weighed in on it, so I'm not really avoiding it all that much. But yeah, whoever wants to make a video, make a damn video and post it whenever you want to post it. Rob Walker used to do this. He didn't want to do it this year. That opens it up, as far as I'm concerned, that opens it up for anybody who wants to do it. Nobody said, no, he did not appoint somebody, nor should he. Anybody who wants to make the damn video, make the damn video. So Edwin, the green vinyl guy, Edwin's been around a long time. He doesn't make a lot of videos, but he's been around a long time. I remember him from probably some of my first people I ever watched in the VC. So he jumped in and did it. Did he do it a little early? Yeah, probably. But you know what? It's his fucking channel. He can do whatever the hell he wants. It's his video. Do it. Good for you, Edwin. So we got 20 questions. The vinyl tag is supposed to be questions where a lot of people can get in. A lot of people can enter, whether they have 10 records or 4,000 records. That's what the vinyl tag is designed to do, to help promote people's channels and have fun. It's not complicated, people. Just have fun with it. So I'm doing Edwin's 20 questions here. One I'll answer, but you'll see it when I get to it. But yeah, there's supposed to be more generic questions, kind of like the jazz tag. You want people to be able to do the jazz tag. If they're super into jazz or not super into jazz, they should be able to answer like 10 questions about jazz. That's what makes it fun. So let's do it. Enough with the bullshit. I'm sorry. Best purchase of 2024, old or new. This is EEG Coherence. If you guys have seen my 2024 wrap-up of favorite new jazz artists, this is it, man. This is freaking it. This is my favorite record I bought in 2024. The artwork is phenomenal. Just the sound is great. Devin Braha is... kind of the leader of this thing. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But great stuff, man. The guitar work on here is terrific. There's some bass, drums. There's a little bit of vocals, but not more like spiritual kind of vocals. But man, this thing is trippy and weird, and it's all over the place. I absolutely love it. It's a jazz record, so if you don't like jazz, you're not gonna like this. But this is my favorite purchase of 2024, by far. Next up, 50 Years Later, the best album from 1974. And I'm going with, and by the way, it's all how you answer these questions. I mean, they're very generic questions. I mean, but you can answer them any way you want, and this is one I'm answering. This is Witch, the Zamrock masterpiece, In the Past. This is a freaking great record. I love this thing. This is a reissue on green vinyl. Came out maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. Originals of this are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Their whole catalog pretty much now is been reissued. Cool Zamrock band. If you like Zamrock, just rock and roll, man. These guys are just kick ass. kind of got a Stones vibe. A lot of this reminds me of Exile on Main Street. Just that loosey-goosey kind of rock and roll, a little sloppy, but really well played. Just a great band. This is their best, in my opinion. An album that defines a genre. Well, I was going to go with Devo, but I went with an old standby, and that's Gary Newman, The Pleasure Principle. This is new wave. This is new wave. You could have done anything. I could have done Flock of Seagulls. That album's great. Missing Persons, Walking in L.A., or Destination Unknown. That's a great record. But I think this is kind of one of the first, right up there with the early Devo stuff. New wave, Gary Newman, one of my favorites. If you've watched this channel, you already know that. Number 4, the best band from your home country. Well, I didn't want to do home country, so I think I could have America. Come on, I could have chose so many, but I'm going with Chicago, and one of my favorite bands from Chicago. No, is not going to be Wilco. It is a band called The Sea and Cake. This is my favorite album of theirs. It is called Any Day. I love this artwork. This came out in what year did this come out? This is a terrific record. This is 2018 this came out. That seems right. But they're on Thrill Jockey, and I think they're still on Thrill Jockey. They're still together, but they don't make as many records as they used to. I think they probably got about 10 or 12 records now. And I dig these guys. I've always dug them. It's kind of I don't want to say soft rock, but more of a smooth sound. His vocals are very even keeled. You're not getting any screeching guitars or anything, but just a really good musical band. I really dig them. I've seen them a couple of times. Back in the day, they used to play all the clubs in Chicago, and we would go check them out. And then they got a little bit big, in the 2000s, like mid 2000s, I think. And then they don't tour as much anymore. But The Sea and Cake, Any Day. That's the album you should start with. Number 5, an artist you miss dearly. I was going to do Bowie. Could have done Lennon. I went with Joe Strummer. Joe Strummer, The Clash, even his solo stuff. This is a box set of his solo records. With the Mescaleros. This is the second box set. There's a first box set, but this is the Mescalero years. It's got the 3 records that he did with them. I absolutely love the Mescaleros. I think that shit was great, man. And I know he kind of got slagged on a little bit towards the end there. People kind of, I don't know. Not everyone liked the Mescaleros. They thought of it more as art rock. It was less punk, But I love that stuff. Excuse me. Still fighting this cold. So, next up, number 6, best live album in your collection. Well, that could be. I mean, my God, I've got these incredible Grateful Dead live boxes. I got some Fela Kuti that's freaking awesome. I got, the Little Feat, the Allman Brothers, Cheap Trick, Rolling Stones, that Macumbo that came out a couple years ago. Great live records. But I always go back to this one, because it says best live album in your collection, not your favorite. So I always go back to this. I think this is the best live album. I mean, you could do Allman Brothers. You could do, Waiting for Columbus by Little Feat. Clearly, those are great records, great live records. But this is a great live record because, and I may get some flack for this, I think this is the only record you need by this band, and that is Deep Purple, Made in Japan. This is the only, if you want to know what Deep Purple is, this is the only record you need in their entire collection. Yes, I know, they have some decent records, but this is it, man. Highway Star, Child in Time, Space Truckin', Strange Kind of Woman, Lazy. There's only like 4 songs on here? 5 songs? No, 6. I think there's 6. But Made in Japan, this is all you need. Just get this. You can get a cheap, easy copy. It sounds great. Wonderful, wonderful record. Number 7, your partner just dumped you. What record are you going to listen to? J. Giles Band, Love Stinks. Probably their first. This is kind of their first where they really started to become a big band. Love Stinks is on here, obviously. Trying not to think about it. Desire is on. Walls Come Tumbling Down. This is 1980. Just Can't Wait, Come Back, Taking You Down. This is a really, Nighttime is on here. This is a really good J. Giles Band record. I love the J. Giles Band. I actually got to see them. They are one of my very, very first concerts I ever saw. And Peter Wolf, hell of a front man. I mean, just if you like a bluesy rock and roll party band, this was them. I think maybe they get a little shit on because of, Centerfold and Freeze Frame. Those songs were so big when I was a kid. But man, this band kicks ass, man. Yeah, the album right before this too is really good. But yeah, I was very lucky to have seen them live. I saw them twice, I think. I saw them once before Freeze Frame and then once after Freeze Frame. And yeah, just a great party record. Love Stinks. That's what I'm going with. And fun fact, he was married to Faye Dunaway. Peter Wolf was married to Faye Dunaway. I had no idea about that until a couple years ago. I'm going to grab something to drink. Okay, I don't edit. I don't have time to edit this crap. Okay. Where were we? Married to Faye Dunaway. Best sounding drums on an album. I went with a song, and it's a song that every time somebody tells me, oh, he's not that good of a drummer, I tell them to listen to this song. And it's because the way he drums on this song it's the epitome of perfection. Is it drum roll after drum roll? Is it Neil Peart? No, it's not Phil Collins. It's Charlie Watts on Honky Tonk Woman. Listen to the drums on Honky Tonk Woman. Isolate everything out in your mind and listen to the drums. How he just starts out and oh man, it's absolute perfection. Charlie Watts was just a god, an absolute god. I don't think he gets enough credit. I'm showing this, Hot Rocks, because it's not on any of their albums. It was only released as a single. This is my favorite Rolling Stones cover, by the way. And I've always loved this. And I've always loved the middle, the label. I've always just dug that, which is also the back cover of this. But I remember as a kid when I bought this, there was something about the back cover of this record that I don't know, it was what rock and roll was, just as a kid, discovering the Stones and everything. But yeah, Honky Tonk Women, definitely one of my favorite drum songs. Let's see, where are we now? Favorite artist who is a member of two or more bands. Yeah, I got a little lazy on this one, but I had the record out because I was listening to it the other day. And this is Neil Young, Zuma. Obviously, Neil is in Crazy Horse. He was in Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young and Buffalo Springfield. Three of the greatest bands of all time. That's a pretty good resume. This is my favorite. I love Zuma. Definitely my favorite. Yeah, I mean, there's a few that come close, but I dig this record, man. Really, really good. Let's see. You found a bag of weed. Oh, number 10. I'm skipping that. Mostly, the question is Beatles or Stones. Mostly because it's kind of a silly question for me. I love them both. The Stones are the greatest band of all time. The Beatles, geez, I mean, you can't deny what they did, So, I mean, the Stones were a better band after 1970. Excuse me. And the Beatles did what they did. They're both freaking incredible bands. Just completely different, too. I can't really compare bands, because they're so different. One started out as a blues cover band, and the other one was kind of a cover band of rock and roll, Yeah, you can't compare the two. So I'm skipping that question because they're both incredible. Number 11, you found a bag of weed. What are you going to listen to? Well, God, I haven't bought a bag of weed in a long time, but there might be some gummies sitting over there. This is a record that I pulled this record out maybe after a little puff or something, or maybe a nice definitely after a puff. So that's why I pulled it. And this is Dr. John, the Night Tripper. Awesome. This is my favorite Dr. John record. They're all great. I mean, I adore Dr. John. This is a wonderful 3-record set. Pull it out. It's a big 3-record set. This came out a couple years ago, reissued. Real Gone Music did it. And this is my favorite, man. This is great. It's got Black John the Conqueror. I can't read this, guys. Anyway, it's a terrific record. It doesn't have a lot of his hits, although those are clearly on the other big one. I forget it. But yeah, this is the one I would go with. Dr. John, the Night Tripper. Great record. I don't know if that's in print. I'm guessing it's not. I love showing records that are not in print for you guys. An album from the 80s you still listen to. Oh shit. I missed that one. Here, let's go with this. No. An album from the 80s that you still listen to. Is this 80s? One of my favorite albums of all time. Nope, that's 92. Come on, Mike. You can pull an album from the 80s, right? Okay. I fucked that one up. Sorry. An album you listen to from the 80s. Well, you know what? Remain in Light by the Talking Heads is one. Geez, I mean, I could do so many. But Remain in Light by the Talking Heads is one that I still listen to all the time. I love that record. That might be my second favorite. It might be that might be my favorite Talking Heads record. It depends on the day. An artist whose political stance has soured on you. Well, that's clearly Ted Nugent. It's not political, though. Ted Nugent's not political. He's a racist scumbag. So I can't answer that, and I don't own any. I don't own any Ted Nugent. Although I did see him perform live once, and it was, even as a kid, I knew what was going on the stage was not right. Bringing up young women out of this audience, and yeah, you can only imagine. It's a Ted Nugent show. This is a guy who wrote a song called Wang Dang Sweet Poontang. That's all you need to know about that scumbag. Favorite record label. This is my Kiss record from... I bought this very, very young. But they were on Casablanca, and I always dug the Casablanca label. Donna Summer, I think, was I just remember when I was a kid, I always dug the Casablanca record label. That and the RCA Pig. I always liked that too. So yeah, I would have to go with that. Next up is a run of 3 great singles. Well, I'm probably cheating on this because I'm going to take the 3 great singles from one album. And because I didn't feel like pulling out a lot of records. But I'm going with Michael Jackson's best record. Well, at least my favorite. Yeah, I get it. Thriller's awesome. But this is Off the Wall. And, oh, God, you can't read that. Wow. My eyes. Man, 57 now. I had a birthday. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Rock With You. Working Day and Night. Boom, boom, boom. There's 3 singles right there. Get on the Floor. I think that was a single. Off the Wall. Girlfriend was a single. This album's filled with singles. This is his best album. I love it. Absolutely love it. Off the Wall, Michael Jackson. This question, the way it was phrased, kind of... if you watch my channel, you know how I feel about Record Store Day. There's always something on the list. People just like to complain about the list, but there's always great stuff on the list. You just have to do your homework and dig and find it. But A record store day purchase that you actually constantly listen to. Well, constantly listens to implies that you buy shit on record store day that you don't listen to. I listen to a lot of stuff. I found some gems on record store day, and this is one that I listen to all the time, and I absolutely love it. And this is the Pharaohs in the Basement, jazzy funk band. This is awesome, and these records, their records are very, very expensive to find OGs of. I would love to get more of their stuff, but yeah, not gonna happen anytime soon. Just great funk, really, just funky jazz, upbeat party records. This one's great. It's live, obviously, in the basement, just like Glenn Calloway, and yeah, great, great. Awesome, awesome find. I could have pulled out 5 or 6 other records that I from Record Store Day. I know I talk about it all the time. Is the Betty Harris record? Sorry, Robert Fithen, if you're watching. I still listen to the Betty Harris record. It's one of the best Record Store Day releases of all time. Next up is if you could be reincarnated as any artist, dead or alive. I would go with Jerry Garcia. I love Jerry Garcia. I think he died way too young. Yes, he was only like 51 when he died, 51 or 52 when he passed away. And what a life he had in those 52 years, and what a life he could have had. So much more music to do. I think the Grateful Dead was probably winding down. I don't think they were really going to continue on. Maybe they would have taken some long breaks, but you know, the musical output towards the end there, that last record is awful. I didn't even like the one before that all that much. Live, they were kind of fading. They just weren't playing well. But he had so much more music, so much more he could have done. You know, he wasn't just a one-trick pony. He was bluegrass. He was country. You know, just so much more. And I would go with Jerry Garcia. This is his second solo record, Reflections. Really good record. Most of the Grateful Dead plays on here. It says Might As Well, Mission in the Rain, They Love Each Other, I'll Take the Melody. Really, really good record. An album you never tire of. Oh, 19. This one I pulled out because I was actually listening to it the other day. I was talking to Richard from Calvin Wazoo. You can check out his channel. We were talking about this band, and he's recently, in the last year, he's discovered this band, and he's slowly collecting their discography. And this is a band I've loved for years and years. And this is Calexico, Garden Ruin. This is awesome, man. This and Convict Pool are probably my 2 favorite Calexico records. This one might be the best. In the Rains is an EP. It's like a 6-song EP, though, that they did with Iron and Wine. And that's wonderful. I had the pleasure of seeing these guys live 3 times. And I saw them with Iron and Wine. And I mean, the horn section is great. They only have like, I think it's just 2 or 3 guys in their horn section. But they're great, man. They're just so good. You know, they got that Tex-Mex sound, rock and roll, country a little bit. Each album is completely different. This one's a little more forward rock, I would have to say. But man, this thing is great. A really good record. I never get tired of this. So yeah, that's that. And number 20, share your favorite VC channel. I can't do this. Because number one, there's too many. There's way too many. I'm not going to start naming names because I'll leave somebody out. A lot of the channels when I started 4 years ago, they're gone, long gone. So a lot of the channels that kind of influenced me and got me thinking about starting my channel, they're definitely gone. You know, I'm not going to start naming names because I definitely will miss them. I had to edit. I was coughing so bad. I just wanted to finish this up, though. I could have ended it there, I guess. But there's too many channels that are my favorites or have influenced me in music and my channel. Just, you know, forever grateful for so many channels in the VC to get me off my ass and do something like this. So yeah, I am going to do a vinyl community tribute in February. Okay, we're done. Bye. You guys, questions, comments, snide remarks down below. Take care. I'm going to cough. Bye.